According to Carl Jung's psychological insights, with these two signs, you can automatically tell if you should trust someone or not. Sign 1. How they treat people in less powerful positions. The first and perhaps most revealing sign is how a person treats those who can offer them nothing in return. This includes service workers, like waiters and janitors, strangers asking for directions, or anyone in a position of less power or status. Jung believed that our interactions with others reflect our relationship with different aspects of ourselves. When someone treats those in service positions with genuine respect and dignity, it demonstrates integration of what Jung called the shadow, the parts of ourselves we might consider beneath us or less valuable. A person who speaks kindly to the janitor while thinking no one important is watching is showing you their authentic self. They recognize the humanity in everyone, regardless of status or usefulness to their personal goals. This behavior indicates psychological wholeness and moral consistency, two traits essential for trustworthiness. Conversely, someone who is charming to their boss but dismissive or rude to waitstaff is displaying a psychological split. They're showing you that their respect isn't based on recognizing inherent human dignity, but on what others can do for them. Jung would identify this as a projection of their own insecurities about status and worth, and a major red flag. Watch carefully when your date interacts with servers at a restaurant, your potential business partner speaks to the cleaning staff, your new friend encounters someone asking for directions or help, your colleague talks about someone who can't advance their career. These moments reveal whether a person sees others as ends in themselves or merely as means to their own ends. Those who consistently demonstrate respect across status boundaries have integrated their shadow side and developed what Jung would call a more complete individuation, making them far more trustworthy. Before I forget, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel for more of Carl Jung's psychological wisdom applied to everyday situations. Sign 2. How they handle promises, big and small. The second critical sign of trustworthiness is how a person handles promises and commitments. This isn't just about whether they keep their word, but about their entire relationship with commitment and responsibility. Jung emphasized that true individuation, the process of becoming a whole, integrated person, requires accepting responsibility for our actions and their consequences. This means acknowledging our capacity to affect others and taking that power seriously. Someone worthy of trust demonstrates consistency between their words and actions. They keep small promises with the same seriousness as big ones, communicate proactively if circumstances might prevent them from fulfilling a commitment, take responsibility when they fall short without making excuses or blaming others, make amends appropriately when they break a promise, pay special attention to how someone handles minor commitments. The person who says, "I'll call you tomorrow," but doesn't, or who consistently arrives late without acknowledgement, is showing you something profound about their relationship with truth and responsibility. Jung would interpret this pattern as revealing a fragmented relationship with the self. When our words and actions align, we experience psychological congruence. Our conscious statements match our unconscious motivations. People who habitually break promises often suffer from internal disconnection, where the speaking self and the acting self are not integrated. Even more revealing is how someone responds when they've broken a promise. Do they 1. Acknowledge it without being prompted? 2. Take full responsibility without deflecting blame? 3. Express genuine understanding of how their actions affected you? 4. Take steps to make it right and prevent recurrence. Someone who displays these behaviors has developed what Jung called moral autonomy. They've internalized principles rather than just responding to external pressures or conveniences. This moral autonomy is essential for genuine trustworthiness. Think of promises as psychological contracts. Each time someone keeps even a small promise, they're demonstrating their ability to extend their care for you into the future. They're showing that you exist in their mind even when you're not physically present, a profound indicator of their capacity for genuine relationship. The psychological maturity required to consistently honor commitments isn't common, which is why this sign is so valuable in assessing trustworthiness. It reveals character in a way that words alone never can. Now, why does these signs matter? These two behaviors, how someone treats people who can offer them nothing and how they handle promises, give us direct insight into a person's character. They reveal whether someone possesses the psychological integration necessary for genuine trustworthiness. Jung understood that trust isn't just about predicting behavior, but about recognizing wholeness in another person. When someone consistently demonstrates respect across status boundaries and honors their word, they're showing you that their conscious values and unconscious patterns are aligned. This alignment creates what Jung called authenticity, a state where a person's outer actions reflect their inner reality. Authentic people don't need to manipulate or deceive because they're not hiding fragmented aspects of themselves. By contrast, when someone treats certain people as disposable or treats promises as optional, they're revealing psychological fragmentation. Their behavior changes based on what they can gain or how they might be judged, rather than flowing from a consistent inner core. True trustworthiness requires the courage to remain consistent even when no one important is watching and even when keeping one's word becomes inconvenient. These qualities aren't common, which is why trust should be given carefully and based on patterns rather than promises. Now that you understand these two critical signs, how can you apply this knowledge? First, practice patience. Trustworthiness reveals itself over time through patterns, not isolated actions. Give people opportunities to interact with those in service positions and to make and keep small promises before you invest deeply in the relationship. Second, trust your observations over explanations. Someone might explain away rude behavior toward a server or rationalize breaking promises, but patterns speak louder than words. What Jung called the individuation process, becoming a whole, integrated person, is revealed through consistent actions, not clever justifications. Third, recognize that we all have moments of failure. The question isn't whether someone ever fails, but whether they take responsibility and learn from those failures. True psychological growth comes from integrating our shadow sides, not pretending they don't exist. Finally, apply these standards to yourself as well. Building trustworthiness is a lifelong process of aligning our actions with our values and taking responsibility for our impact on others. By developing these qualities in yourself, you'll naturally attract and recognize them in others. If you've found these insights valuable, please subscribe to this channel and share this video with someone who might benefit from understanding these hidden signs of trustworthiness. By spreading this wisdom, you're helping create more authentic connections in a world that desperately needs them.